Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Pathfinder, War for the Crown, Songbird, Scion, Saboteur. This is session 35. In the last session, the party cured Sepsinia Crab of her obsession, a magical obsession, magically induced obsession with the Lovelorn via love potion, ironically enough. They then set out on the road to hunt down some bandits where they rested in an old destroyed town for the night, filled with spiders, where during the night they heard the oncoming approach of some of these bandits who recognized Taevanae. They were promptly killed, but in their pockets, wanted posters were found, potentially leading them to more of these bandits, which was uncovered that it's possible that they would be hiding away in the Tellus estate nearby. And we'll pick up at the end of your long rest. Everyone wakes up in the new morning, uh, as best as you can, wake up, sleeping on a destroyed and um, old, dirty floor. But night does come and go after spotting those giant spiders carry away the bodies of the bandits. Leaving you all to your devices.
I think Desmond would get up and crack his back and his neck. It's not exactly an exquisite bed, so he's doing all the stretching.
Anyone
Did
else?
anything else come of those bandits?
I sit up, push myself up into a seated position, and it looks like I'm fighting my eyelids. I do not respond to you, Desmond.
Okay. Is Brom and or Anastasia also up?
Yeah, they can choose to be asleep, but it's like a generic everyone's awake right now.
Yes.
Basically.
Yeah, it's just RP. Uh, okay, so Brom's awake. Anything important? I think we need to get some fresh air. I think this place is making us lethargic.
Alright. As you guys step out of your ruined building and into the daylight, the town before you is much more visible. As far as the eye can see for this town, all the buildings, again, another description, the buildings are wrecked, they're old, boarded up, long since abandoned. Every building here, including your own as you turn and look at it, covered from head to toe in gigantic spider webs.
You know, if I had dark vision, I might have recommended against staying here.
And there are definitely spiders visible, but you don't see any of the big ones. Just a crap ton of tiny ones.
Okay. I think Desmond's gonna start pulling the wagon out onto the street. And you know how when you get a water hose and you put your thumb over the end of it, you can kind of spray it? That's
Mm-hmm.
kind of what he's doing with his hydrokinesis to get all the spiders off that crawled onto the wagon overnight.
Sure. Easily done. What would everyone else be doing?
I suppose Brom will ask, "Oh, what's our plan of action for today? Anyone get any useful piece of information?"
In my dreams? No. But I believe the order of the day is pest control.
Oh, yes, pest control, indeed, but I don't know if Taevanae, I know that it may not be the most comfortable thing for me to ask, but I think it would be beneficial if you know anything of the group that we're going to go up against, if you know any of their patterns, if you know any of their leadership, if you know anything like that, that could give us an edge on the situation. I do feel like it is advantageous of you to share it with us now.
I take a second to gather my thoughts and bolster the energy to speak. And in a very groggy morning voice, um, I'll say, you don't have to worry about their leadership. It's very far from here. If they are here on orders, uh, they're not very direct. Those are older orders.
Hmm. Interesting. I wasn't aware that you were being hunted. Am I assuming correctly?
You genuinely see, um, you see me like think about that statement because it's not an easy answer that I can give. I'll get back to you on that.
Okay. Desmond's going over every single member of the party and what he knows, and then he turns his head to Brom. Brom, do you have any trouble in your past? You're muted.
Maybe he's
Um,
just gone.
None that I can think of. If I do remember something, I will make sure to let you know eventually.
All right. Well, I guess. Good. Good. uh, at least there's that. The the bandits, are they um mobile? Uh, were these bandits that came last night affiliated with the ones that we're going to be assaulting?
Beats me, but I doubt it.
All right. I don't see any trouble ahead of us, except, the standard issue trouble. Let's get the horses out of the ruins and let's be on our way.
And I will help with, I guess, pulling the cart out.
All right. You can do so and set off out of the ruined town easily enough. Anna, are you directing them? Are you directing everyone, like you guiding everyone to the Tellus estate?
Yeah, I would act as the point leader for it, since I know where I'm going.
Okay. Okay, let me do this. Everyone on the map. Because we have a new map.
Oh,
I love new maps.
Yes. All right. It's a little bit of travel. You're on the road for a while. Not much activity, mostly because only up until recently was the Gold Coast bridge is still destroyed, but it's getting ready to be repaired. Thanks to your efforts. But eventually you find yourselves before you're going up maybe like a hill, a hillside road, and a bit in the distance you all see you're coming up to what looks to be a very similar state of destruction and just like old looking estate with a gate that has been like pushed open. One side of the metal gate is hanging down on the side, or is like fallen over, letting anyone enter if you so wish. This is kind of my cue if you have any prep you want to do before entering the estate grounds.
Okay.
And before I move maps as you approach the building.
Yeah, I'll take non-lethal damage to activate my Shroud of Water for its armor
Okay.
bonus. And then I'll suggest that we hide the cart before entering.
I will go ahead and cast shield on myself before we head in as well.
Anna, if the group hides the cart, are you hiding your horse with the cart? Or are you riding the horse up to the
Yes.
estate and through the gates?
Yes, I will be hiding my horse with the cart, but he will not be tied down.
Okay.
What I would like to do once I get off my horse is I would like to get kind of a general lay of the land. How are we looking for any scouts, or is there anybody poached on the on like the roof, or any guard towers or anything like that? So I'd probably take some time to stealth my way forward and see if I can get eyes on stuff, and then report back to the group about what I see.
All right. Roll me stealth and perception.
Sure. Stealth. 21.
All right.
Perception. 21.
So you maybe, you sneak off while the others are, let's say, tying down the cart or getting ready. You sneak your way through the gate. It is eerily quiet. Most of the vegetation around, at least like the front yard of this place, is dead. Trees that have been, and flowers that have been wilted, dead leaves under trees. As you creep in closer and closer, it is eerily quiet. You look up towards the roof of this estate, tiles that have been missing and ripped off from whatever weather. No one on the rooftop, at least from, the front of the estate. You really don't see anyone who might notice your approach.
Perfect. I won't linger, and I will hurry back to the group after I've kind of done a little bit of scouting, but I wouldn't stay long.
Mm-hmm.
And I will report that back
Maybe
to
like
everyone.
a minute or two of
Yep.
scouting and then head back, yeah.
Yep.
So you all have that information.
That's eerie. But
What's new?
either way, yeah. Let's take care of business.
All right. You guys set off through the gates and towards the entrance of the house, and I will move us maps.
While you move us maps, I do have a question. Based off of the location and my knowledge of the area, have I heard any gossip about anything other than the bandits being out here? Creatures, nightmarish things, stuff like that.
Give me a knowledge local. And I'll give you, let's call it just call it +2 bonus.
Okay. And then I'll put my 2 there. Knowledge local. 12. God, shit.
12.
Guess I'm not around enough. I feel like that's a fair statement. It's like you're off doing other stuff.
Yeah, I think maybe in passing you would know that there is like a quote-unquote tale of the Tellus estate and Baron Tellus, but maybe you just haven't spent enough time around people talking about it or the people who bring it up to have heard the full tale. You know there's a story about this place, you just can't recall what it is.
Okay. Yep, that makes sense.
And you're all right here.
I kind of sigh and then push forward.
Oh, I can actually give you a description of the place as you approach it. This place, a fortress of sturdy stone, crumbling white plaster, and ragged banners overlooking the valley and the town below. The once sturdy wooden doors now lie on the overgrown lawn, overgrown and rotted, while a tree has collapsed into the eastern bastion, partially caving in the wall.
So we don't even have to go in the front gates.
We want to take the side entrance, or
Honestly, I kind of do.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm for that plan.
Come along. Come along, friends. Hmm. All right, let's step around this rubble.
You find yourselves in what looks to be some sort of servants' quarters, now open to the elements, with this massive uh, oak tree that has broken through and smashed the walls. As you walk in, you startle like a raccoon who goes scurrying off from some of the rubble and garbage and out one of the side exits.
Onward. I get to this door.
Indeed.
I would like to open the door.
Okay. You open the door. And you see what looks to be a kitchen of some kind. A smell immediately hits you and possibly even waking you up even more. The smell of rotted and ripe meat just hits your nose immediately.
All right. I shut the door, and
You
potentially
shut the door.
while waking me up a little more, it probably makes me a little faint.
Door shut. Kinda. So I had to add that back.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Oh. Oh, I already hate it here.
Admittedly, Anastasia kind of whispers, a little concerned that there's more to deal with than the bandits, judging by how empty it is. Even when I snuck in through the front, there was nothing, there was no one. Bandits guard their hideouts. I don't quite understand what's going on. Can I get a perception check at the store? See if I hear
Sure,
anything.
what you checking for?
Trying to see if I
All
hear
right.
anything on the other side.
Sure.
Ah, 9.
No.
Sounds like door. Love that.
Yeah.
Oh, can I stealth creak it open?
You can stealth creak it open.
Stealth creak.
You creak open the door, and you can see
23.
the entryway.
Oh, okay. No persons.
Not that you can see.
What if I look up?
You look up,
Is there anything on the
And-
ceiling?
do not see anything on the ceiling.
Okay. All right. I will slowly shut that
Ignore
door.
that.
You're closing the door?
Yep. I don't want to give any indication that people may be in this hallway.
Okay.
Gentle shut. Doop.
Gentle shut.
Gentle shut.
Okay. Looks like it's this story time.
Okay. You grab the handle of the door. You go to open it. It does not budge.
Ugh. It's locked. I was behind that door, Anastasia.
Behind that door was the entryway. It didn't look like anyone was there, but if people are milling about, I would rather them not realize that people are here in this side hallway, so I'd personally advise to keep the door shut.
Well, no offense, but unless we have lock-picking tools, they're gonna know that we're over here. And I'll make like a pantomime of like shouldering the door.
Well, as much as I would love to say that I carry lockpicks on me, that answer is no.
Did we want to
Figures.
check that door down the hallway, or is that part of the same room?
From my quick glance, there was a door over there that should still be of the same room.
So,
You're welcome to open it.
no. I caught a faint waft. I can't imagine what it's like to get hit full force. So, let's go with your plan.
Oh,
With that plan active, I will open the door and very gingerly step into the entryway.
Okay.
Boop.
As you step in, you see this room. Scattering of dead leaves cover most of the floor here, though much of the furniture is held up well, if a little faded and mildewed. You know that the open hallway to your south leads outside, while there are wooden doors standing in the east and west, of course. And to the north, there is a massive oaken double door that has been locked, chained, and barred from the side that you're on.
Ah. Well, all right then.
So, like, this door, covered in locks, covered in chains, and barred.
I will kind of like do a double take a bit at the door, and then I will look back to everybody as they're kind of making their way through the doorway and say, well, that's not the only door that's locked, and when things are locked this bad, it tends to mean something is pretty bad behind it. I'll step in further. Based off of the destruction, or based off of the decay that's in the foyer here, does it look like a fight happened here? Or does it just look dilapidated?
It just looks dilapidated.
Okay.
okay. I guess we
Should
can check this
we-
other door.
Should we sense what's on the other side of the door? I don't have any extrasensory abilities, but
We can try.
yeah, Desmond gestures.
Yeah. 1 second.
I will join in the round of checkings. Because I have detect
Okay.
magic.
I guess
Alright.
I'll draw up. Well, Brom, how much control do you have over your detection abilities?
Hmm. Well, well, it's a moment. Well, I can only, if there's anything with like an evil aura behind that thing, I'll be able to detect it, but otherwise,
Right.
I can go ahead and check just in case, though.
I'll run detect chaos then.
Great. I seen detect evil then.
Okay. If all of you do the exact same a cone, same pathway. See something. You all do not detect anything.
Even if we stand here for the because mine gets better with each round.
Yep. If all of you hold it, you do not detect anything.
Okay, well, how about if I go this direction? Because I am cheeky and want to check this corner of the room.
Nope.
And this direction to follow up the cheekiness.
Nope.
Okay. Interesting. No magic.
Yeah, I can tell.
Weird. Definitely
Um,
not inclined to open that door, though.
Not
what type of
most
check could I
days.
do to check, like if that door's been locked, like, recently, or if it's been, like, a very long time?
That's a good
That's
question.
probably just something you can see. It does have dust covering it.
This doesn't seem like something like bandits would be doing if this is their base. Either that, or we're looking at the wrong area.
How's the cobwebs in this area? Is it as bad as the town?
It's pretty. They have taken hold.
Okay. Any human-sized cocoons anywhere?
No.
Okay. I feel like that's a good question to ask from now on.
And I whispered you something, Taevanae, if you wish to do anything about it.
Oh, and my sword is out, just for clarity's sake.
Mm-hmm.
I'll hold up a finger to my lips and turn around and gesture to the door.
Desmond nods and gets ready to address something. I can't hold a spell because it would be loud.
I'm gonna slide myself right here next to Taevanae and get ready to attack if something jumps out at her.
I will
Sure.
prep myself
I'll
in.
I'll have my weapon ready.
Yeah, I'll prep myself in meteor mode.
Also get shield up now.
Okay.
All right, let's open this door.
Okay.
Kick that bitch in.
You open the door and see a couple of people sitting at a table, like playing a game of cards or something. And then you catch them in the middle of the discussion. We'll say you catch them in the middle of going, like, when are the others going to be back? And then you open the door, and they turn, and they don't see their friends, and they see you, and they're going to take up their weapons.
All right.
Because you are definitely not their friends.
What?
Always wary.
Okay.
They're not concealing their attack.
Let me see something here.
Okay.
Just need to read something before I give it a proper go here. Oh no, this is what I need to read.
My god, I hope thieves don't have pack tactics.
Okay.
That would suck.
That is one bandit first, who is going to get up and grab his. He's gonna pull a dagger off of his belt, RP. Pull a dagger off his belt. Let me see which one this is again. Yeah, that's the guy in the back. He's gonna go. He's just gonna skirt around his buddy. Go right there. And he's gonna look at you, Taevanae, and he's gonna whip this dagger at you.
Very lovely.
Yeah. Does a 15 hit you?
Even with fatigue, it will not.
All right. You whip, or maybe the dagger, goes past your head and slinks into the wood and the rotted wood, or you whip it out, you smack it out of the air, but you are able to dodge it, and it is your go.
I like to imagine with this this quick of a start, it was more of like a flinched duck than anything else, and I will take a step forward and try to hit him twice. +3, +3. Okay, first one is 17, second one is 13.
17 and 13?
Correct.
13 will miss, the 17 will hit.
Okay. So, d8 +2, 6 bludgeoning damage on the first one, and the second one swings above his head.
Alrighty. Smack him across the head with the first, but he sees the second one reel back and he's able to duck it. Anna, you are up.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go 5, 15, and I'm gonna take a strike at this guy.
Okay.
No sneak attack on this one. 27 to hit. For 11 points of slashing damage.
Okay. You swing your sword into this bandit and cut him down.
I just point at this guy and give him like the bring it on motion.
Yeah, and they definitely shout out, God damn it, you'll be dead for this! This guy is going to try and come at you with his quarterstaff. That's what he's going to try and do. No, that does not hit you. This guy is gonna try and... No, this one's gonna try and whip a dagger at Taevanae. Yeah, he's gonna try and throw another one of his... Or this guy's gonna try to throw a dagger this time at Taevanae. If a 15 misses, that definitely misses. Desmond.
I think Desmond will spend a move action to gather energy.
All right.
And then, ignoring the 2 burn that would regularly come with this, he's going to use an entangling infusion on this guy.
All right.
Alright, so let's hit him with a cold blast. Motherfucker.
No. No, you won't.
Goodness gracious. Okay. Every time I use that infusion, it misses.
All right. Brom.
Alright, let's see. And I am not sure if I can use past Taevanae here.
I'd
What?
say Anna was able to. You'd be able to.
Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20. And I'll go ahead and swing my hammer at it.
All right. Nope.
Yikes. Okay. I suppose I will call it there.
Okay. The last El Bandito. Let's see. He's just gonna move up to Brom and try and hit you with his quarterstaff. I assume a 13 probably misses Brom.
Yes.
Alright. Let me just do that real quick. Hold on. Alright, Taevanae, you're up.
Okay. Well, let's step up and see if I can make both strikes work this time. Okay, so the first strike is a 10, but the second strike is a critical threat.
Ooh.
Okay, 11 to confirm.
Which won't.
It'll just be a solid hit, a square hit.
Mm-hmm.
7 damage from that second one.
Alright. And that is all from you?
That'll have to be.
Okay. Remind me, what is double movement again? You can use your regular action to do another move action?
Yeah, you can convert your standard action into a move action. A move action is slightly smaller.
Okay. Which lets you move twice.
Yes.
Okay. So, you guys hear... Well, you hear a... what happens is, this door gets kicked open. The other door. And you see a tall man. This is going to be his turn, but you see a tall man wielding a gigantic battle axe kick open the door. Look at your group. Look at the bandits. Look at the dead bandits. Look back at your group, and then go like through gritted teeth, like, you're not supposed to be here. And that will end his turn. Anna.
Oh, well, weird. I thought we had an invitation. I'm gonna take a 5-foot step here. Boop. And then I would like to use my improved feint on this guy.
You
Huzzah.
may certainly try. So you have to make a bluff check against the opponent's 10 plus wisdom plus base attack bonus.
Huzzah. 23.
That will probably do it, but let me just make sure.
Sure.
10 plus wisdom plus... Yeah, no, that'll do it.
Awesome. Cool. So if this hits, the sneak attack will count. 20?
Yep.
18 points of damage, 10 of that is sneak.
You cut him down.
Cool. And I will just pivot on my heel to face this guy, and that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. This guy is just gonna... He doesn't like getting smacked upside the head. So he's just gonna full attack Taevanae, or try to do so with his quarterstaff.
Alright.
So the first swing, that is a natural 20, but I assume a 13 does not confirm the crit.
No, it does not.
So that'll be
Damn,
5
do
points
that
of
multiple
damage
attacks.
as they smack you back in the head. And then they come back with the other side of the quarterstaff and whiff. Desmond.
I think Desmond walks through the door, or to the doorway, and he sees the guy with the battle axe. And after hearing him say, "You're not supposed to be here," and Desmond's going to turn to him and responds, "You won't be here for very long." And he's going to use his Empty Threats ability to use Bluff to intimidate. And
Okay.
I'll throw Empty Threats on there.
So demoralize.
Yes. And Demoralize says it'll cause an opponent to become shaken for a number of rounds. The DC of this check is equal to 10 plus the target's hit dice plus the target's wisdom modifier.
Okay.
And then if I'm successful, they'll be shaken for 1 round plus 1 for every 5 that I beat the DC.
Okay.
Alright, let's give this a shot.
Oh.
Okay, I need to... So... What does Shaken do? Because that is going to work.
-2 to attack rolls, saving throws, skill checks, and ability checks.
Yes, okay. Alright, I need clarifications on something, so one moment. Actually, no, I think I got it. So 38. Okay, and it's rounds, right?
Correct.
For every 5? Alright, so
Yep.
he will be shaken for 3 rounds.
Excellent.
Alright, that is all?
Standard movement, yes.
Alright, Brom.
Right, I'm gonna begin, I guess, grasping my hammer later as I activate Sacred Weapon on it for a swift action, and I'm gonna go ahead and swing at this guy.
Alright. 18
19.
will hit. 19 will hit. 18 will hit.
That's
He's
18
dead.
damage. Okay.
Alright.
I'll end my turn.
Okay, this last guy is gonna try and full attack you, Brom. You killed his buddy. First attack, no. Second attack, no.
Right, copy that.
Taevanae.
Okay. Interesting. I'm going to take a 5-foot step this way. Start to, swing my meteor hammer around and choke up on one side of it to get into fortress mode. And I am going to call to Master Freighter Mossel. I cast my judgment on you. You will be brought to justice. So, he has been judged, and I get a +1 sacred bonus on all attacks to that specific target. And with that, as I whip around my meteor hammer, I am going to strike at 10 feet out.
Alright.
What does that mean for me? That means I get a +6 to this attack, which makes up a little bit for being fatigued. 14.
A 14 is not going to hit his armor.
That's fine. That's okay.
Alright, that's all?
Yeah. I don't have much use for my move action at the moment.
Okay. He hears you declare judgment. And he's gonna 5-foot step. And his response is like, like, your judgment means nothing! You're going to ruin this! You're going to make things much worse! And he's going to bring his giant battle axe down upon you. With a -2 to this attack. We'll find out. Oh boy. Well, does a 21 still hit?
Yes, it will.
Alright, he brings down this battle axe and it slices into you for 7 points of damage.
Alright.
Anna.
Okay. I will move. Actually, I will 5-foot step this way, and I'd like to do the improved feint against this guy here.
Sure.
That's a 15.
Yes, that will do it.
Oh, cool. Okay. That's a 17 to hit.
That will hit.
For 19 total points of damage, 11 is sneak.
And you kill him.
Cool. That does end my turn.
Alright, Desmond.
Alright, so I think Desmond wants to try to knock this guy out. So what he's going to do is go 5, 10, 15. I think I'll just get 20, 25.
Okay.
I want to hold an action. The second that this guy goes down, I want to bring him to just barely alive.
Sure. Okay. Alright, we can cross that bridge when it happens. I'm not going to think about the logistics now. We'll cross the bridge when it happens.
Okay.
Alright, so if that's your turn, Brom.
Alright, I'm going to call upon my Blessing of Strength, and I'm going to give myself +2 on melee attack rolls and all that other stuff. And I'm gonna go ahead and, well, after I move forward a bit, I'm gonna swing my hammer at this. 19.
19 will hit.
Only 8 damage.
8 damage, okay. Taevanae.
That was rude. Take a 5-foot step, drop out of fortress mode, and take 2 strikes at +4. Oh my god. Yeah, fatigue makes sense, because that was a 6 and a 14.
Yeah, neither will do it. Alright, that's everything from you. I'm gonna roll a d4 here. Let's say 1 to 2 will be Taevanae, 3 to 4 will be Brom. Kind of Taevanae. He's just gonna, like, Well, actually, Can you split... I think you can, right? You can split up a full attack, like, if he full attacks, he could do 1 swing at you and then 1 at Brom? Or no?
Yeah.
Sure, you could do that.
Okay, that's what he's doing. The first swing's going at Taevanae, the second swing's gonna come around to Brom. A 17 for Taevanae and a 24 for Brom.
That hit.
That will not hit. Just barely.
Alright, you barely
finally
dodge
did a thing.
the axe. The 24 is gonna hit Brom for 4 points of damage. As he brings his axe around. Anna.
Alright, she's on her way.
All right. I will move. So I can go 5, 10, 15. I'm assuming that Taevanae will let me through. That's fine. I need to get there anyway.
What's happened?
I moved to here.
Okay.
And now I have flanking, so I don't need to feint. I will take my attack. It's a 13. I don't think that's gonna
That
hit.
will miss.
Well, 15 if you count the +2 for flanking. Or no, he just takes the -2, right?
It still misses.
Okay. Yeah, that ends my turn.
Desmond.
Okay, I'm gonna help speed things along. I'm going to just shoot a regular shot with no infusions, and I'm gonna use a metakinesis to multiply the resulting damage by 1.5. Against touch?
No. Yeah, alright. Brom.
Alright. Third time's a charm. Well, I think I've only swung at this guy once. Swinging for a second time.
That will not hit.
Even a 13 doesn't hit?
Will not hit him.
Okay.
Taevanae.
I'm getting sick of this guy's shit. Okay, so I missed twice. Made grumpy teenage girl noises, and then blocked an incoming attack. So let's try this one more time. Okay. I'm just gonna say no to that second attack, but the first attack is gonna be a dirty 20.
Will hit.
Oh, all right. Spinning around and giving a smack for. Is that also gonna be? Yes. That's gonna be 10 whole damage.
10 whole damage. All right, you cut through his armor, and he starts. Oh no, it's a bludgeoning weapon, right?
It is.
You don't
It is
cut
a
through anything. You
bludgeoning
just
weapon.
smack him, and there's probably going to be a bruise in the morning if he kills you all. That is your turn.
That will be my turn.
All right, you can 5-foot step and full attack, right?
Yes.
Just remembering rules. Okay, because he's going to 5-foot step back, and just repeat the same things he's been shouting. You can't be here. You're gonna ruin everything. You're gonna make all my work be undone. And he's going to swing his axe around the corner, both sides. One to Anna, one to Brom. That's a 19 towards Anna and a 21 towards Brom.
It hits.
Misses.
6 points of damage to Brom. He's got one more turn of being shaken. Anna.
I think Anna will shout back to him. You and your troop have been murdering and mugging innocent travelers. That will not stand. And then she will take a swing at him. She will feint first. Do the improved feint with a 23.
Yes.
Cool. And then take a swing at him with her sword. For an 18 to hit.
Will do.
Jesus, finally. 20 points of damage.
Alright, you cut into him from around the corner, you stab into him, and you can see the blood start to gush. He looks very hurt.
Okay. That does end my turn.
Desmond.
I think it would take time to influence an opponent's attitude. God damn it.
I mean, you can certainly try. I'm not going to stop you.
I'm going to tell him, stand down now, and maybe we won't kill you. I wasn't talking to you, Rasmus. Rasmus just bolted out from my desk. He's like,
so what is done here with that?
Well, that's just more of a RP thing. It's not connected to any feat, but if I need to make an intimidation check, I can use blood.
Got it. Is that what you are wishing to do?
Yeah, I want to convince him to stop fighting and stand down.
Okay.
Oh wait, was that a Q2 roll?
Yes. Let me just see some here.
Yep.
Okay, I will take a roll, but it is going to be you're going to have to multiple rounds of rolling.
Oh, okay. So it'll be multiple rounds of.
You guys are actively stabbing into him,
Yeah.
so he's not just going to throw down his battle axe off of even a god roll here.
Okay. He did say friends were coming. Okay, whatever. I'm going to use Focused Blast because I feel like hitting something.
Okay.
And all that's gonna do is add +1 to my attack roll at the cost of 2 burn, which I reduce. So this will be +1 of the attack roll. Oh, there you go.
Alright, that will hit.
For an
He is
inky
still
winky
up.
6.
Alright. Brom.
Right now, third time's a charm. As I swing my hammer.
That will hit.
Alright, 15 damage.
Youch.
You bring the hammer down and swing it into his chest. And you can hear the sound of bones cracking and a gasp of air get launched out of this man's mouth as he drops and just slumps.
In the immediate 6 seconds after, would I be able to rush over to him and heal him by just a little bit?
His chest is caved in. I'd love it to. If I'm gonna be honest, if there wasn't the way I'm deciding this is there was a max number on the die there. That's 6, making a lovely shade of green. That decided he's dead. You're not getting him back up.
I'm okay with that. I just wanted to see where the opportunities were.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, they said they had friends. Let's see what we can find out from this group of thugs. And I will offer my assistance to anyone who wants to try to loot them.
Right. As Brom caves in this man's rib cage and he falls to the ground, I muse, oh no, all of your hard work building a thieving empire is gone. Yeah, I'm gonna check on some of the little guys, see if there's anything notable.
Sure.
I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, I'll go ahead and check the guy whose chest I just caved in.
All right. You can give Anna your bonus since she's looting him right now. And
Yeah, Anastasia was gonna loot.
Taevanae,
if you're gonna help her, then
roll
I'll
as well.
give my perception to Taevanae, which is a +11.
And what's Brom's? What's
Two.
your perceptions too?
Yeah.
Okay, so 24 for Anastasia.
All right.
What?
Okay, so we'll go with the big guy first. You look through the pockets and everything of this big man. His armor has been caved in. He does wear a... he has this buckler on his arm. His battle axe laid to his side. He has a nice-looking battle axe, a nice-looking buckler, a dagger to his side, and strapped to his back, he did not get a chance to use it, this finely carved longbow, and a quiver filled to the brim with arrows, as well as 4 gold pieces. Taevanae,
Mm-hmm.
You look through the small guys, the bandits. You find wanted posters. And I'll say on, maybe this guy or this guy, you also find a couple of letters on them. You also find the regular loot. They have daggers on them. They have manacles on them. They're wearing leather armor, studded leather.
Right. I'm assuming the wanted lists have the relevant information.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna, Desmond, you watch me put a hand up to my forehead and I give a sigh and then I crumple up the paper and shove it in my pack.
Everything all right?
Everything's fine.
You also find a couple, if you didn't hear, you find a couple of letters on them as well.
Oh, well, I would
Like
to read the letters.
beyond the
Yeah.
wanted.
Okay, I would like to see those letters.
Sure. You open the first letter. And the basic contents read as if it's a quote unquote redeployment. The first letter, what it boils down to is someone telling them to head to the Tellus estate, keep the old man in check, and use his housing as a base of operations. The second letter is less formal, or less like militaristic, if I will. If you
Under
will,
the table
even.
letter.
Yeah. The second one seems more like a letter between friends. Maybe it is a letter speaking of how, life in the palace is so much better. I deserved this promotion. How are you guys doing? Right back to me. Get any good loot lately? How are you guys doing? It's signed who you think it's from. I just need to make sure I have my names correct real quick before I tell you what the second letter is signed by, because that is something of note. Okay, the second letter, the letter between friends is signed by Jarlis.
Jarlis.
The first letter does not have a full name, but instead is signed M.P.
MP.
And Anna, I will get you that list. And I'll just tell you what they are. On him, Masterwork Buckler, Masterwork Battle Axe, a dagger, a +1 composite longbow, 40 arrows, 10 cold iron, 10 alchemical silver.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah?
I don't think Taevanae knows MP.
Mm-mm.
I do.
You do. The player, the person behind the character does.
Yeah.
But I don't think Taevanae does.
Wow, okay.
The Taevanae seem to be getting more and more agitated as the bodies are looted.
Um, a little bit. I will pass the official letter to others and then just kind of say, keep the old man in check. Does that mean that he's still around somewhere? And I kind of want to almost bowl past uh, Anna and like head down the hallway. While doing so, I'm going to 14, 26, I'm 12 down. I will cure light wounds myself.
Okay.
Does anyone want not as good healing, but free healing?
I'll take some.
Okay. So you're going to take 5 non-lethal and you'll take 10 healing.
You walk the
I don't know
hallway,
why.
Taevanae, and you have a bunch
do.
of doors to your left and right.
I honestly am ignoring these small doors. I want to get to whatever main chamber there is.
Okay.
I don't know if anyone's going to stop me or if anyone's going
Where
to
is
look
she running
at
off
different
to?
places.
Let's just follow just in case.
All right.
Actually, right about here, can I do a perception check to see if there's like any noises coming from these other rooms?
Sure. Nope.
I do not hear anything.
You hear your own footsteps, which for a split second you think is someone else's footsteps, but then you stop moving and realize, no, it was just me.
Okay. Well, I'll advance forward a little.
Ooh, I forgot to say, in on dangling off this guy's like belt, you would also find one of those big, like giant janitor keychains that has a shit ton of keys on it. Anna.
Awesome. As I am grabbing the stuff and gearing myself up, I'll look up to Desmond and just give him a sharp whistle. And as he turns around, I'm just going to lob the keys to him. And I'm setting up the buckler for myself. I'm slinging the bow and setting up the quiver on my back. I basically look. I basically go from fighting with a sword to being like full ready for combat. Because I'm just like, he's got. Yeah, I'm not leaving this here. So yeah,
All right.
I'm loading up, but I did give the Masterwork Battle Axe to Brom
Okay.
and the dagger.
Nice.
You look into this room, Taevanae. It is a very threadbare, like, master suite. Books line the walls. There's a map of the county, like, right here. It is a very simple-looking room.
Are you coming, Anna?
Yep, just getting situated. Are you gonna open any doors or check?
No, because Taevanae ran straight past all of them.
Okay, she's not gonna get very far without keys.
Hey, don't let me stop you.
I mean, the lack of keys are gonna stop you.
Probably eventually. Let's see if this one does. I'll go for the door.
Go to open the door. No dice.
And I get crushed by rocks. Nope. Okay. That didn't last very long.
How long, or how does the door look?
What do you mean?
Like, does it look like just like a wooden door with just, or does it look like it's reinforced or anything?
At least from what you're looking at, it doesn't look like anything special. It just looks like a fine locked door, like maybe like a solid, sturdy wooden door.
I'm guessing I do realize that Anastasia does have the key. I guess I'll just step aside so that I can let her through. I was thinking of like battering, just like hammering the door down.
For you, Anastasia.
I threw the keys to you.
That's right. Here, Taevanae.
Uh,
This hall's kind of
sure.
claustrophobic.
I suppose. I'll try out a whole bunch of keys.
All right, you go key by key. Eventually, you find one that fits in, and you hear a satisfying click. You go to open the door after hearing the click, and it does not budge.
Oh.
What was your plan
Okay.
again, Brom?
Taevanae, if I may.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and start swinging at the door.
Sure.
Thank you.
Do I need to roll to hit, or do I just need to roll to
Give me one attack. Okay.
Yes.
You swing your hammer, and the first swing goes right through the middle of the door. It doesn't batter the door down, but you bring it through, and there's now a giant hole in the door. And as you rip your hammer out, you can see, you can look through. On the other side of the door is a shit ton of barricades. Someone nailed pieces of wood. Someone put furniture. Someone put a shit ton of stuff to prevent anyone from getting in here.
Okay.
Like it's not like, a zombie movie where there's one or two wooden boards across the middle of the door. No, you look, this entire other side of the door is boarded up from the top of the door to the bottom. There are boards on boards. People did not want these doors open. You can also see massive spider webs.
I'll pass the keys back to Desmond.
All right.
And I will... The door's still not broken down fully, but I can show you a little bit.
I guess I look back to the table and it's like, you want to take point, or should I?
I don't really care too much.
I suppose I'll. Well, I guess it's a hole that's big enough for like all of us to go through, right?
No, it is a hole the size of your hammer.
Yeah, you actually have to open the door.
I
You
will
just broke through.
I will mention the, one DM kindness of a session. You have keys. The front door to this room had a
It's the
lock
big
on it.
padlocked one, right? Yeah. I mean, I didn't want to stop these two from, vandalizing the property, but they were just so very excited to start hitting things.
All right, let's.
I think Brom was excited to hit things.
Brom was very excited to hit things.
Okay. Is Desmond going to interrupt me before I swing the second or do the second strike, or?
Yeah, he'll put a hand on his shoulder and say, "Stand aside. I think we know who's in there."
All right.
Desmond's gonna shout into the hole. "Lord Tellus, are you in here?"
You get nothing in response.
"I'm the Lord of the Stockies estate."
Hey, I whispered to Desmond. Maybe you want to mention that you are the bandits.
Can you say that again?
I whispered to him. maybe you want to mention that the bandits are gone as well.
Sure.
Uh,
We've taken care of some of the brigands that were in your estate. Are you there?
Roll me a diplomacy, but on the I'm the lord of Stockies.
Okay. Of course.
Did I?
No,
Fuck
you
these
get
dice.
you
I'm
you
gonna
get
start rolling
you get
real
no
dice.
response in back.
So many
It is
fucking nat ones.
you are shouting into a quiet room.
The first two were funny. This is just getting annoying. Okay. Fine. Fine, dice. Let's try the front door. What if I just refresh my roll 20?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I guess
You never know.
I'm just gonna try a side door halfway down the hallway, see if they're locked as well.
All right. You try a door. Nothing's locked. You open it and you see just a small little bedroom.
Ah, Desmond's a weasel.
It's not the first time I've been called that, but still.
Before we all venture down the hallway, I think Anastasia would actually push her way back and like just kind of peer in. Do I see anything?
You can give me a perception.
Sure. $13.
13 indeed. You do not see much in the room. I mean, other than maybe the occasional spiderweb covering the outskirts of this room. You don't see anything.
Okay. I do want to check one more thing, and as I see Taevanae kind of come around the corner, I'm going to give her a small nod, and I'd like to reach into my pack and like grab some just like a piece of like jerky for my rations and just throw it in the room as far as I can get it, but still within my line of sight. I want to see if anything jumps for the meat.
Okay.
So maybe like try to get it maybe over here, like up here on this
Interesting.
little banister.
Very interesting. Okay.
Actually,
Okay.
I'll do you one better. I'll put it on. I'll summon Mage Hand behind me and then just float it through the door and set it down there, because I want to see if something jumps out at me.
How long do you wait?
I probably count to like 15 seconds, and then I'll slowly step away, but keeping an ear out basically until I get to Taevanae and we round the corner together and head down the hall.
Okay. Roll me another perception as you walk away.
Sure. Damn it. 9.
Okay. You don't see anything go out for the jerky, and as you walk away, you don't hear anything.
Okay. Figured I'd check, but nothing seemed to have taken the bait.
Unfortunate.
Maybe fortunate if nothing's there, but I suppose we'll find out.
True. Let's catch up with the boys.
I'm already fiddling with the locks and the keys.
You are able to do so and easily unlock everything and remove its barricades as you can open the door.
As they do, a point of order, I would like to sheath my sword and pull off my new longbow because I do have the strength to wield it and I will knock in one of the. Let's go with one of the alchemist silver arrows that he had, just because that seems bizarre that he would have
Sure.
that. So I'm gonna knock one of the alchemical silver arrows into the bowstring.
Sure.
Suppose I'll take one step inside, then I'll go ahead and check my surrounding, make sure nothing's hanging off the ceiling.
I will also check
Alright.
my surroundings and make sure nothing's hanging off the ceiling.
Actually, I will assist Desmond.
Roll me a perception.
Alright.
Nope.
15.
Why did
You
I
don't-
click? God
you
damn it.
don't-
I have a
you don't see
D20 in
anything.
my hand.
You see spider webs, but you don't see anything on them.
Alright. Desmond looks around and sees nothing and gestures the girls to follow after. Doesn't seem like anyone's in the room, but there are other doors. He is going to speak loudly, though.
Mhm.
Perhaps Lord Talus is in one of the doors. Hopefully he's alright.
All right.
Can I get another
Wait.
perception check as I get further into
Yeah.
the room?
You
I
certainly
go.
can.
It's this Anastasia.
This plus 2. 21.
You don't see anything.
Okay.
It is a pretty empty-looking great hall. I mean, you can tell maybe once it was an elegant, entertaining space, but the silk banners are frayed, plaster crumbles from the wall, and you can see on all of these doors, they are barricaded to the nines. And as you all begin moving deeper in, I'm going to ask you to stop there. You hear a voice being projected from ahead of you, shouting towards you, if you will. And the voice lets out, what brings these little lordlings to the Spider Prince's domain?
Oh,
Oh,
I don't like that.
Is the jerky that I threw out, is it gone? Or is it there?
It's gone.
I knew it. Fuck.
Have I heard of the Spider Prince?
You have no clue. I'm gonna just say that outright.
Okay.
I think if no one speaks up right away, Anastasia, though arrow still knocked, will shout, we seek an audience. And just leave it at that. We seek an audience. That's all she says.
Interesting. Yes,
Hearing
Tate?
hearing Anastasia say that we seek an audience, I'm going to try to cast honeyed tongue upon myself.
Oh, nice.
You hear the voice shout back, saying,
And what sort of audience do you seek? Do you wish to offer yourself to me with how so tasty you all look?
I think we'd prefer not to be the product of our meeting. Why don't you come out here and we can speak with each other?
You can try diplomacy.
Okay. Oh my god. Okay. One of those was a 1.
What was the other?
It's gonna be a 28 diplomacy or a 29 if this is a humanoid.
Okay. You hear the voice say back,
Oh, I like where I am. But I guess I can stave off eating you just for a moment more.
Wait, love that.
So nice, so polite, so generous.
We've dispatched the bandits, as I said through the hole over there. An official letter that was heading to them said they were keeping you in check, but I don't think you'll need to worry about that anymore.
you hear this, like, disgusting, like, chittering, as if whatever this is laughing, but it's not, like, it's this mixture of bug-like, humanish laughter. You do hear a hint of human in the laugh, as it says,
Oh, good. You've given my means of freedom. I must thank you for allowing me to expand my domain then. It is not every day that someone would free another from captivity. But now I have you to thank for allowing me to get out there and eat more and more and more.
There certainly are some fresh bodies out there, and supposedly there are more coming.
I need you all to give me a reflex saving throw.
Great.
Alright.
One second.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not good. That's not good at all.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, look.
Okay.
Oh, God. All of us.
Okay. Okay. No, this is great. I love this. Thank you, guys. Let me put on battle music. Yes, it is. That's great. Let me get a thing. Oh no, I need it like right here. Okay. We might as well just do this. Because from above you all, a mass of webs shoot down and cover everyone, and you all failed, so you're now grappled. You see... I'll say you can see the creature now looking down upon you. This horrid mesh of human and bug-like form from a massing of, like, this web-like nest in the ceiling.
Oh, what the fuck?
As the Baron joins
He's
the
just a
fight. So
buggy boy.
everyone roll me some initiative.
He's not.
Holy shit!
He's not a large pie.
He is
He's
not.
Human size. Okay, good to know.
I just got a 29 initiative.
Yeah, you did. God damn it! You're absolutely freaking right. You did. Jeez.
Desmond, you got a 17?
Yep.
Okay, let me add you
I also
in.
got a 24 as my rolled. I just did that to, give myself.
Yeah, of course.
Hey, I
Alright,
dropped
well-
myself 4 points in initiative with the bandits. So.
The Baron is up first. Saying that his web thing was like the surprise to start things. I need to look something up just to make sure that I'm doing this correct. One moment. Okay. Maybe... No, I think I know how it works. He is going to... He is going to slap a swarm right on top of you guys.
Yeah, that's smart.
And for sake of things, he is like... I'll put on his token. He's like 30 feet up. He's in the webbings that interlock in the ceiling. Let me get my swarmy boy, because he's just gonna kind of like... You just make sure I can do this. Yeah. You're grappled. He's gonna swarmy boy right here. Just summoning the swarm right on top of you all. Let me get the swarm up in here. Taevanae.
Yeah.
Swarms deal damage on their turn, but they also deal automatic damage, right? That's how swarms work?
Yes, it is automatic damage. I don't recall on whose turn. Unfortunately. You're gonna have to look up swarm rules for that.
Doom. Let me look this up.
God.
Swarm.
And grappled. Yikes.
Instead, they deal automatic damage to any creature whose space they occupy at the end of their move.
Okay. So it's on their turn at the end of their turn. Got it.
Yes.
Grapple defender may attempt to break free, so they may act normally. Yeah. Yeah, they do. Okay, I guess we're gonna try to go for breaking out of this. Combat
Yeah,
maneuver bonus +5.
You can make a combat maneuver check or escape artist as a standard action against the spell.
I don't want a -4. No, thank you. Okay, I'm stuck. I got a natural 1.
You're stuck, and that's your standard action. All right.
Yep.
Desmond.
All right. I think. Yeah, I think Desmond's gonna whisper to Morpheus and say, "In my darkest nightmares, I was imprisoned, and yet my arms could slither through the bars of the cage. And I'm going to move my bonus over to escape artist.
Okay.
And it's a standard action to try to escape, correct?
Yes.
Okay, then I will attempt that. I am going to roll a real dice because the digital ones hate me. Yes, 26.
26. All right. You are not grappled. You do need to, every time anyone moving through the webs must make that exact same check or lose your movement and be re-grappled.
Or every square?
For every... yeah, I think for every square as you move through the webs.
Okay. Okay, that same check, huh? Then I've just got... I'm gonna move the shortest distance here. I'm gonna roll that check again. Ooh, 13.
You are re-grappled and lose your movement.
Damn it. Okay. That's all I got then.
Okay. The spider swarms and is going to deal 4 damage. Well, total of 9 damage to Anna and Taevanae, and I need a fortitude save from the two of you, please.
Okay. Fortitude. Sorry about that. That's a 5 fortitude save.
So 9 damage, and Taevanae is nauseated.
Ugh. That's cool. I needed a third thing.
Don't you just love third things?
You're the best.
Huh.
Yeah?
I need to confer something real quick. This is going to be a funny break in the recording. But can Taevanae join me in Game Channel C, please? Just
Sure.
for a hot second, gang. Just for a hot second. Be right back. Okay, hi folks. Everything's fine, don't worry about it. Anna, you're up. You just got bit by a shit ton of spooters.
Okay, I just looked it up. I cannot fire my bow in grapple, so that's good to know. I will try to use an action to break free, but I'll use my CMB instead.
Okay.
Jesus, what?
You are
Yeah,
stucky
stop rolling those
stuck.
digital dice. Those digital dice are cooked.
Yep, still stuck. Yeah, that ends my turn.
Brom.
I
Oh.
would like to ask just for myself, how many turns am I nauseated? Or minutes? Hours?
Oh,
I
yes.
don't know.
Let me look at that.
Because that's going to be important.
Yes. I think I'll just give you a fortitude at the start of your turns.
Okay,
And you are nauseated until you make the save.
great.
Otherwise, it seems the swarm does not have a number, so you'll be nauseated for the entire rest of Taevanae's existence.
Lovely.
Yes, but I'm gonna give you a save. Brom, you're up.
Quick question. What is a fine object? Or, like, what size is that?
A fine object?
Yeah, like, I'm trying, like, with respect to art. I was wondering if I can burn the web that's on me right now.
You could certainly do so. Yeah, you can certainly do so.
I'm not sure this is a good idea.
Too late.
Alright. So, you ignite the webs on you. Okay.
That's 2 damage numbers. I'm not sure, like, which one I would even roll.
So what happens is you burn away the one square that you're in. So you do get free. But part of the web spell, because the webs burn up under your feet, you're also going to burn yourself for 2 points of damage.
That's acceptable amounts of damage.
But everywhere else around you is still webbed. Just your square is free.
Right. Sounds good. And what else? Nope, that's all I can do.
I mean, you could try moving. Oh, no.
You can try
Yeah.
moving, yeah.
Yeah, I suppose. I'll move over here. Do I need to roll?
Okay. Yep. Your CMB or your escape artist, if you got it.
I'll do my CMB.
And I will mark this square. You are regrappled.
That's what I was afraid of. Okay. And my turn.
The Baron is gonna chuckle and say,
Oh, not only have you freed me, but you will make a fine dinner as well. I truly must thank you.
and let's see here. He is going to begin climbing down some of his spider webs. I'll say he's about, like, in this square here. I'm gonna put him at... He's now 10 feet above the ground. He's kind of, like, clinging to a spider web on this pillar. Like, a very distorted-looking Spider-Man. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. I didn't realize I was on that one. Whoops. And if I swap to another, it's just gonna move it away, I think.
I'll get a thing for you. It's
No, I can calculate. Okay, no, he has the range. Okay, let me just see what happens if I click this. Oh, that's all that does. Dang it. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna roll 1d20. Yeah, 1d20. Oh! I think we know where your guys' luck went with your digital dice.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Well, okay, let me roll it. It's gonna be he's sending out a ray of frost towards Anna. So that's gonna hit. A natural 20 will hit, but let's see if it confirms. I don't think a 14 will do it. So Anna, this cold beam of freezing air and ice strikes your chest, and you're gonna take 1 point of cold damage.
Okay. Ow.
Taevanae, you are up.
Okay. I do my best to keep my mouth and my eyes closed as the swarm is crawling across me. And that's it. I have no standard action from being nauseated. I guess I can do my fortitude save.
And indeed, do your fortitude.
Would that be at the beginning or the end of my turn?
I'm just gonna go with save speed. We'll just call it at the end.
Okay. So that'll be 19.
You are no longer nauseated.
Sweet. I was gonna say sick, but the opposite
But
of
that's
sick.
what you would be, yeah. Desmond.
Alright, I think Desmond is what kind of action is like interact with object?
That's a good question. That's not what I want. Other Pathfinder GM, if you know, you can feel free.
Can we repeat the statement?
I want to interact with something in my backpack. What kind of action is that?
Oh, I know getting a potion out of a backpack is a standard action.
Okay. Because what I want to try to do is use... maybe I can escape. I just need to not roll shitty. Okay, I'll hold on to this for a second. Standard action to attempt to escape.
Mm-hmm.
There you go, 22.
You will be free.
Okay.
Retrieve
then-
a stored item, just so you know, is a move action.
Ah, there you go. Okay, good to know. 5, 10, 15, and I'm gonna just hug the edge of the web here. 20, 25, 30.
Okay.
And then that's move, standard. I'm all done.
All right. The spider swarm ends its turn, does its damage. That is gonna be 1 point of damage to the two of you, and I'm gonna need that fortitude again.
Love you. Yeah. I'm gonna go get another D20. I gave mine to
Oh.
Mackenzie.
You are both nauseated.
Sit.
Literally. Anna, you're up.
And to my understanding, I don't get a standard action because I'm nauseated.
That's correct.
That's stupid. Okay, I guess I'll make a fortitude save to try to beat the nausea.
Sure.
+6. 13.
You are no longer nauseated.
Okie dokie. Cool. That ends my turn.
Brom.
Do you want a real D20 also? I can run up and get you one.
I'll just ignite the web again.
Alright. You're gonna take 6 points of fire damage.
Right. As I step out, and 15, and I'll. Okay.
Alright,
And
that's where
yep,
you
that'll be my
end?
turn. Yep.
Okay. Alright. The Baron. The Baron is going to... He's gonna go... He goes like, oh, where do you think you're going? And he's gonna scuttle down right in front of you, Brom. So he's no longer on the pillar. And he's gonna reach out to you. And try and hit you with a shockingly shocking grasp. I need a roll for this. Does a 12 hit your touch AC?
Let me check. Yes.
Yes, it does. So you're gonna take... Yeah, that's what that is. You're gonna be shocked for 12 points of electric damage. 12 points of electricity jolting through you.
Oh, okay.
Taevanae.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll get to the end of my turn
Mm-hmm.
and roll a natural 1.
Ooh.
Yikes. Okay.
Yikes, indeed.
I guess through through closed eyes and gritted teeth, I'm gonna call out to behind the pillar and just say, I will break out of this web and rip your spindly limbs from your fucking body. She is not playing around.
Okay. Is that just badass RP, or is this you casting judgment?
Oh, honestly, it might as well be, because it is a swift action. It is
Okay.
murderous intent, and also it doesn't go away unless I die, so...
Mm-hmm. Okay. Desmond.
Alright, I'm gonna try to save the girls from the swarm. I'm going to spend a move action to gather energy.
Mhm.
I'm gonna use Metakinesis. And I'll use my Cold Blast. 23 on the swarm.
Will hit.
Okay. And then 3d6 plus 1. That's good. That's good. Okay. That is 13 times 1.5. That's 19 damage to the swarm.
You dissipate the swarm.
Oh my god.
Okay, and then 5-foot step because I haven't moved yet. I'm gonna move to behind the pillar over here.
Okay. Anna.
All right, I'm gonna try to break out of this webbing. So,
Sure.
Hiya, that's a fuck ton better. That's 27. Sorry, 25.
You have broken free. Remember, every step requires that same roll.
Yep, I'm gonna go here.
The orange ones are the ones that have been burned away, just for note.
Okay, I'm gonna go there. That is a 16.
You're good?
Awesome. And then last step. There. That's for a 27.
You're good.
Okay, was that considered difficult terrain? So that was 10, 20 movement.
That was 2 diagonals.
So 5 and then 15, but was it also considered
5.
difficult terrain?
Let me look at web. Let me look at my web. No, it's just the extra movement from the double diagonal.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I will go.
So you've spent 15 so far.
So 20, 25. So I will get up to there, and then I'm gonna start my aiming with the alchemical silver arrow at our baddie there. But that's the
All
end of my
right.
turn. Oh, the bubble's gone.
Oh, it's still on my screen.
Oh, it's
Same.
weird. It's gone on mine. Oh well, I'm not in it anymore, so I do
Brom.
not care.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast shield on myself,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna go ahead and use River as a swift action to heal myself for 1d6.
All right.
Alright. Alright, and that's all I can do.
Okay. He's gonna try and shocking grasp you again. He's gonna try and shockingly grasp you. So this is versus your touch. That's a 17.
That hits.
And it's gonna be 14 points of damage.
Oh, fuck. Oh, I'm down. Because of the burn damage.
Oh, because of the non-lethal?
Mhm.
Oh! So Brom gets KO'd, and he looks down at the Baron looks down at the charred Brom and goes, you'll be delicious. And I always get this. I know there's a feat that allows you to do this, but you can attack and then move, and you can move and then attack, but you can't move, attack, move.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like spring attack or something.
Yeah.
Or the
So
other way around.
the Baron is gonna fry Brom and then move up to Anna. Hi, Taevanae. I'm really sorry. I truly am. Please believe
No, it's
me.
okay. This is just some interesting circumstances for me. Use my pink die. Is that any better? That's a 14.
A 14 doesn't do it. Oh no, for the nausea, it does do it.
Yes, for the nausea.
Alright. I forgot you were nauseated. A 14 does remove the nausea.
At the end of my turn.
Desmond.
Alright, I'll take a 5-foot step to here. Spend a movement action to gather energy, and then I'm gonna cold blast that thing before it bites Anastasia.
Okay.
26 versus touch.
That will hit.
Excellent. Oh, that wasn't great. 6 plus 1, 7. 10 cold damage to it.
10 cold damage to the Baron. Okay. Alright. That is all?
Yes.
Alright. Anna.
Okay, well, he was a dickhead and moved into close combat range. That's okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do that because I'm gonna test how he responds to the alchemical silver. So I will take a 5-foot step back. As I do, I'm gonna shout, "Brom's down," and then I will take my longbow shot at him with the alchemical silver arrow.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
28 and then
Whoa.
18 to confirm.
18 will not confirm.
Okay. No sneak attack because I don't have feint range feint. So it's just 7 damage. But I want
Is
to watch
7
as the arrow
damage.
impacts. Does it look like the alchemical silver hurts him more?
No. Until I find out if that actually does anything special, no.
Sure. Okay.
But
So
it is 7 damage.
5-foot step shot. As a move action, I will stow the bow. Can I stow and draw at the same time?
No.
I don't think
Okay.
so.
Unless-
You can
Yeah, I think it's
drop a weapon.
one or the other, right?
Yeah.
So could I drop the
I mean-
bow and then draw my sword?
GM Fiat always applies, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I will drop the bow at my feet after I shot that arrow, realizing that it doesn't do anything special, and I will drop my my longsword.
Okay.
The Karina's blade.
All right.
And that will end my turn.
Okay. Brom's down. What is it again? Like a fortitude when someone's down?
Well, he's not dying.
That is true. That's true. Okay, so he's just uncon. Would the
Yeah,
Baron finish the job?
Mm.
Well, he walked away from me, so I'm guessing
I
Was
did
it?
just
He
shoot
did. You did, but to be fair, that's also because I GM thought Brom was dying. And he was going to leave you, but if you're not dying, that changes GM's mind of thought.
Well, does the Baron think he's dying?
Well, two different things here. If the Baron would have saw him snoring, he would have kept up the attack, but I didn't know that Brom was not dying, as outside of game. The Baron is going to... You see... Okay, he's going to 5-foot step here. And Desmond... Yeah, this is coming towards you.
Okay.
Okay. Let me see something real quick. Yeah, this is gonna come towards you. That I assume does not hit your touch AC.
It
A blasting light comes just shooting past you as you duck your head out of the way.
Oh.
And he curses to himself. Taevanae.
Okay, standard action to break the web's grapple.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, what's my CMD? B. What's my CMD? +5? Okay, 24.
You break out. At least of this first square.
That's fine. I'll take my second square. Is it an identical roll?
Yes.
Okay. 12 + 5, 17.
You're good.
And... okay. If I were to step another diagonal, would I be fine, or would I have to
You'd be
roll?
fine.
Okay. How about if I step to my left?
That has enough of the green that I'd say you'd have to roll.
Okay, that's fine. I'll walk in there and... I'll just say, remember my promise to you. And whip my meteor hammer around. I can only do a standard attack, so that's going to be +6. 16?
16 will not hit.
It whips right in front of his vision as I miss.
Alright. Desmond.
Alright. Can I hide behind this couch for cover?
No.
Okay, it's too short. Okay, I mean, Brom's down. I think I kind of want to close him the distance, so... 5... 15... 20... 25... 30. And I would like to use empty threats on the Baron. And,
Okay.
I'm going to say you mistook our silence for weakness and our meekness for frailty. That will be the last mistake you make. And then I rolled a 40.
You rolled a 40. What's the DC again?
It is 10 plus the target's hit dice plus the target's wisdom modifier.
Okay. Now, one thing I want to make sure, when it says the target's hit die, does it mean how many hit die they have, or the max of their hit dice? Like, if a creature has a 1d6 hit dice, does it take the 6, or does it take the 1?
It's like, yeah, if they have 6 hit dice, then it's the 6.
Well, I mean, okay, if I look at the I'm going to use the bandit, right? On the sheet, it says bandit hit dice 1d6. Does it take 1, or does it take the 6?
Oh, it's not those numbers. It's the number of d6s that the bandit would have.
That was the question, yes.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so 10 plus wisdom plus hit die.
Yes.
And this is to make him shaken, right?
That's correct.
I think he's shaken for like 7 rounds. We'll say 7.
Alrighty.
Anna.
Okay, I am going to move 5, 10, 15, 25. And I will make an attack on him. With Taevanae there, it is flanking for a 12.
Yeah, even with a bonus, that won't hit.
Yep. Okay, it's my turn.
Brom is uncon. The Baron. I just need to find a ruling on something before I take this turn. Okay. The ruling is weird, so I'm gonna rule it how I want to rule it, which is always a fun time. Yeah, you guys have put him in an unfavorable position. You're ruining his mealtime. You have him shaken. He doesn't like this. Taevanae and Anna are gonna get attacks of opportunity because the Baron is going to grab Brom and then climb 30 feet up into his webs.
Okay.
And just curious, but I currently have 100 pounds of stuff on me. Does that mean
we couldn't find a solid ruling on it, so my ruling was he just grabs you.
Okay. Oh no, I'm just wondering if he moves slower since he's doing more.
Oh, yeah, your light load, which is, like, you're not affected at all, I think, is literally, what, like, 3 times your strength?
Basically what they're trying to say is you would probably be at like 20 feet or something.
That's fair. He's also a freak of nature. I'm gonna stick it to the 30.
Okay.
Can I try to grapple him and either try to force him to stay down or ride up the wall with him?
No.
Damn it! Okay. It was worth a shot.
Literally, I googled it, and the first thing that hit me was a giant no in bold lettering.
Can you grapple something at
That is fair.
Can you grapple as an attack of opportunity? And in bold lettering, no appeared on my screen.
Fine. Stupid bold lettering. Okay. Let's see. Rolling a hard dice, that's a natural one, so.
Yes, okay. So that's just gonna be his turn. He's just gonna grab Brom and then go up into his webs.
Okay.
Taevanae.
Okay.
And it's very disgusting. You're seeing a human skitter like a spider.
Yeah, I see that.
You know, it doesn't really make much of a difference. I'll say he's at 20 feet. He's still high in his webs.
I'll drape my meteor hammer on one of my shoulders and pull out my hand crossbow
That's not what I wanted.
to
Oh. Orange, stop. Okay, whatever. I'll put it there.
too late. And fire up at him.
Okay.
Going for a good old 1d4. Who knows? No. No. That's 11.
No. Alright. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Desmond.
All right. If I use the universal solvent on the web that he's hanging on, will he fall?
Remind me what that is?
According to the universal solvent, it has the unique property of being able to dissolve sovereign glue, tanglefoot bags, and all other adhesives. So would that apply to web? I've been holding this since the second session of like, this thing's fucking useless.
No, it's not.
Maybe, but that's a hard judge for me because as you look at the map, it's not just one web. He's not just on one strand of webbing. There's webbing, like you're looking up through multiple webs.
I mean, sure, but like, would I be able to just affect his square? Or is that just, like, not a...
I love cool things, I want to give you the cool thing, I just don't think... Because if you affect it... The problem with this, as I said, is it's a lot of webbing. Like, this entire area you're in is a giant nest of webbing. So if you affect his square, he's just going to fall onto more webbing.
Oh, okay.
It's not like a straight drop to the floor. Like, let me paint real quick. Everywhere from here, this entire section is webbing all across the ceiling.
Okay. Huh. Alright.
So while I want the cool thing to happen, I don't think I can feasibly say it to make it so.
Okay. I'll save it for a smaller spider web. In the meantime, though, let's... I think I'm gonna try to slow this guy down. I'm gonna use my Cold Blast, but with Entangling Infusion.
Okay.
It does a 19 hit.
A 19 against touch?
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent. And now he's entangled. Let's see how he likes it. And then
Okay.
I'll put Entangling Infusion up on the chat so we can read that.
All right. An entangled creature moves at half speed, can't run or charge, takes a -2 penalty on all attack rolls and a -4 to dexterity. Okay. Make a escape artist or strength check to break out. Or by dealing an amount of damage to the entangling matter equal to double your kineticist level. Okay. Alright. That's your turn?
User.
Anna.
All right. Really only have one immediate option right now. But I think if he's gonna hang out on the ceiling, I think I need to get that bow back. So I will move to here where I drop my bow. And I will drop my sword and then use my standard action to pick up my bow.
Okay.
And that will be the end of my turn.
Okay. Brom has been pulled up. Baron. Need to read something. You're treated as having a dexterity of 0. Melee attacks against you have a +4 bonus. Okay. I need to look something up. Actually, I don't think these are considered weapon... Well, hold on. Yeah, I don't think they're considered melee weapons, so you're fine on that, but I think... You guys have put him in a tricky situation. You have done some dastardly things to him, and he does not like this. You thought you were going to make for an easy meal, and then you started fighting back. Okay, I know what he's going to do. He's not going to go for Brom just yet. What he is going to do, though, he's going to look down. And he is going to, as underneath your feet, Desmond and Anna, you see thousands, hundreds upon thousands of little spiders and other bugs begin swarming around your feet and gathering into one of these.
Rude. Is that like a special action that recharges or something?
Oh, he can cast it a shit ton of times.
Oh, he casts it. Yeah. So then he's gotta make a DC 18 check or lose the spell.
Ooh, true. Okay. 19.
Damn it! So, oh wait, no, he's shaken. He gets a -2 to that.
Ooh.
So
to concentration checks?
He gets... I have my conditions open. Where did it go? Shaken. Attack roll, saving throws, skill checks, and ability checks. And concentration checks are... Are they a kind of saving throw? That's a good question. I don't know that. I mean, that's June, do you know if concentration checks are a form of save or skill check or anything?
It should be pretty specific.
In Pathfinder, concentration checks are not considered saving throws. They are distinct checks that do not fall under the category of saving throws, ability checks, or skill checks.
Ah, damn it. Okay, okay. So he passes. I have spiders in my underwear now.
Yep, you guys got spiders.
All right.
Taevanae.
Going through that with.
To be fair, that was a quick Google. If anyone did a lengthier Google, it might come up different, but looking up our concentration checks, saving throws, a quick Google said no.
Okay.
I'm more than willing to reverse that if a more distinct answer comes in, but for now, that's what I found. So, Taevanae, you're up. Unless you're going for a distinct Google.
Shit, I'm gonna try something, I guess.
Okay.
I will wave my hands with my hand crossbow in one and incant some words and try to flush the swarm away from them.
Oh, what?
I am level 4, so that's 8 gallons of water dropped on them. And I'm hoping to maybe even drown the spiders, but at the very least, wash them away. I'm also going to take a 5-foot step back.
Oh, that's interesting.
Creative uses of spells. I'm going to see if it works.
Huh.
I did find a Google search. Sir DM.
Well, if it results in the spider swarm not being there, I think the crate water, I'm gonna allow that to happen. I'm gonna say that the see, my Google search said no, so we have conflicting Googles. And I don't think mine was the Google AI either.
Okay, we can go with yours.
I think I'm gonna allow this. The spider's gonna be gone anyways. I think I'm gonna allow the swarm to be dissipated.
Okay.
That is a clever usage of spell, and I like it.
And that step away was so that the spiders didn't get flushed over to me.
Yeah, of course. However, Desmond and Anna, both of you are completely drenched in water now.
Actually, technically,
Oh,
I don't need to
no.
take a 5-foot step. I can actually move, and I'm gonna do that to get to the edge of the room.
Sure. Desmond, your turn.
Alrighty. Well, I am going to use the Entangling Infusion again. Come on, come on. Be something good. Oh, does 15 hit touch?
No.
No. Okay. Yep, and then I will take a 5-foot step over here.
Okay. Anna.
All right, after screaming, "Ah, cold!" and then hearing it's not spiders, just say yeah in an agreement, and then I will knock a regular arrow and take a shot at him.
Okay.
Hey, yeah. Oh, Jesus, that's a 10.
No.
Can't do digital dice, can't do hard dice. Maybe the digital dice like the bow. I don't know. Figure it out. Alright, yeah, but I will take a 5-foot step just this way, just to space out a little bit from Desmond. And that will end my turn.
Hey, Brom is still out. There's nothing Brom can do. He's just out until someone gets healing to him.
Yeah.
Damn. I think
Maybe
is
I
all I
can-
can say to that.
Maybe I can throw a potion up to the Baron and he can feed it to Brom.
You know, maybe. It's worth a shot. Let's see. He is in a unique position. I keep saying that, but it's true. You guys have him up in his webs. You're harassing him. But he doesn't really feel that threatened all too much. It's true. I'm gonna make a roll for him, okay? I am one to believe that the dice should tell the story. I'm gonna make a roll. And that roll is going to be whether... if he rolls low, he's gonna give into base instinct and sink his teeth into Brom. If he rolls high, he's going to instead attack one of you three, who are still up and active. I'm gonna call it intelligence. Now, intelligence is not his best, but it's still possible. I'm gonna leave it to the dice. I'll even screenshot the roll, if you want.
You can just make the roll public.
I don't know how to do that on this character sheet.
Oh, okay. Normally it's just like a little flip switch thingy.
Okay. He got a 3.
Okay.
He's gonna give in to base instinct. He hasn't had a meal in a bit. He's gonna sink his teeth into Brom. So, being helpless, Brom, you have a -5 to your dexterity. He gets a +4 to attack you, but it's -2, so a +2 to attack you instead.
He's -2 because he's still entangled.
Yeah, that's what the -2 is from.
Oh, then it's -2 from shaken as well.
Oh, okay, so it's just a straight roll.
Good
But
question.
Brom
Does
still
my
has
shield-
the -5.
Does my shield dissipate when I'm unconscious?
There's no concentration check on that.
Okay, so it's
So it's
just
still
still
active.
active.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's still active, so... I think that gives you, what, a +4?
Yes.
And then factor in your dexterity at a -5.
So that would reduce my
And-
AC by 2.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's gonna try
So-
and sink his teeth into you. Does an 18 hit?
Just barely.
Just barely. Okay. So that's 5 points of damage.
Now I am
Dying.
Death Door.
And... I need to... where is it? Come on, it's really not on his sheet. I need to look something up. Just so I can get this correct. Does not help me that it doesn't appear to be on his sheet. But let's see if it's on his attack. Nope. Thanks. Thanks, game. I need you to make a fortitude saving throw.
Fortitude saving throw. Alright.
Okay. You, despite being dying, your body fights off the poison that it was injected through the attack. That is the Baron's turn. Taevanae.
Yeah, I've been really trying to look through my stuff and see what I have. Which actually kind of makes me curious. Range close, 25 feet plus 5 feet for every 2 levels, so I could cast this at 35 feet away. Seeing the success that happened before, I'm literally going to see what sticks, or rather what doesn't, and create water to try to flush the Baron and Brom down to the floor.
Interesting.
I've got no clue if this is gonna work. This is just where Taev's train of thought went.
Okay.
And if Brom is gonna take some damage, oh well, I can heal him next turn. We're getting creative up in here.
Interesting. Okay, hold on a second. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna roll something for him. I'm gonna roll a thing for him, is what I'm gonna roll. Okay.
Please tell me I did something good.
Okay. Here's what happens. You dunk gallons of water on top of them. And they begin to fall.
Perfect.
The Baron is going to fall, but he manages to clutch himself on the column, and so now he's only 10 feet down. You did bring him down. I will roll a d6 for him from that initial fall. So you're going to take 1 point of damage. And yeah, Brom just crashes on the ground, and he's going to take 2d6 worth of fall damage.
Okay, I'm gonna step in front of that.
So Brom's gonna crash onto the floor for 9 points of damage.
I am unfamiliar with the rules of dying. How much damage do I need to take before my character is dead?
What's
Equal to your
yeah.
constitution.
Negative your constitution. What's your HP right now?
Negative 11. My constitution is 14.
Okay, sweet. So you've got 3 more rounds in you.
All right. Desmond.
All right. 5, 10.
Actually, you know what? Hold on. Hold your thought.
Uh-huh.
Where are you? Right here?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna be a little bit of an asshole
Okay.
because we're at our stop time.
Oh God damn it!
Hi, we had 2 more people before we were done with that round. Come on.
We're at our stop time.
Okay.
Ah.
God
2
damn
more
it.
people.
Okay.
And we're gonna see what happens with the fight against Baron Tellis in good old session 36. Woo!
Everybody say goodbye to
God.
YouTube.
Bye.
Bye, YouTube.
Goodbye, YouTube.
Bye, YouTube. Happy dungeon delving, everyone. And Pie?
As always, stay sweet and good pie, everyone.
You said that backwards, but that's okay. Bye.